Hello guys, so today it's going to be a bit of a different video. Basically what's going to happen is I'm going to talk, you're going to listen, and then go play a better Sombra. Sound good? Good. So recently I got my very first golden gun, which was obviously a Sombra golden gun. And I figured since I had become so good at Sombra over the amount of time that I played her, I thought I would pass that knowledge on to you guys. So just a quick disclaimer, do not take my words as utter gospel. I am still learning the character myself. I am only ranked gold, and we didn't even end up winning this game. However, I'm hoping that something in this video is gonna help you help your team, even if it's just getting better at Sombra in quick play, if you don't play ranked. Because, this isn't scripted, sorry. Because if you can become even a little bit better, take at least some of my words and think, hey, I can use this to my advantage, I can watch, I can listen, and I can learn, I've done my job properly. Now, there are a few tips in this video that aren't going to be gameplay tips. Like, this is one of my favorite things to do. I'll pick a health pack, and I'll place a spray next to it after I hack it. Because it's like, look, Sombra's been here, you know? I think that's entertaining. Alright, so this is most of these tips won't be map specific, but some of them will be. So on Volskaya, it's important to get the 2 megas up front, because those two are going to be used the most. But after that, make sure you don't forget the mega behind the point and to the left of the point, and the mega and the mini in front of the point. The mini behind the point isn't as integral because so few people use it and even know about it, but I like to hack it just in case if I'm back there, but I don't usually go out of my way to hack it. So here's a mistake I make personally. Sombra's machine pistol is not good for taking out a Pharah. Believe me when I tell you. It was a bad idea for me to focus on the Pharah instead of focusing on a Zenyatta or something else easy to take out, one of the squishies that I could actually reach. Because even though I felt cocky and thought, hey, I can get this Pharah, it ended in my downfall, and we lost the point, instead of me being able to stall for my team. Now you can see I began to hack that mini there, but I decided to not hack it. Minis are probably your least valuable assets. Hack the megas before the minis, no matter how valuable you might think they are. Especially on maps where the megas are communal. Here's another tip: know your communal health packs, because even if you hack your own teammates' health packs and you can get more ult charge off of that, great. But if you know your communal health packs, even better. On King of the Hill maps, this is especially important, because if you can manage to hack every single health pack that everybody can use, then you're golden, you're great, because you've given your team a health pack advantage. That's why I like Lijiang Tower for Sombra, because there are so many communal health packs, especially in the space station part of the map. The more you can get those communal health packs down, the better. So your communal health packs on Volskaya are the one on the second point. They are the one in the little room to the I believe right of the point, and the side one in the flanking section. So if you go up and you turn to your left, there's a mega there. See, I'm looking towards it. And you can also hack the mini in the small room next to the truck. See, this one's important because it's communal in case there's a team fight back here. Now you can see this Pharah. This is important for playing against Sombra. Find and camp her translocator if you can afford to do so. If you can't, try your best not to waste resources on spawn camping a single Sombra. But if you can, if you're able to, do it. Because it makes it that much more difficult for Sombra to get off at a good EMP, or even just recover and make it so that the fight is now 5v6 if you just want to go take someone out. Now you can see that our Reinhardt was just fighting, attempting to go into the little room to get the health pack. However, even if he was able to get in there, he would quickly find that there's no way for him to heal because I've hacked that health pack. they can't boost into the air. It doesn't stop their passive, however it is incredibly helpful, because that means that they can only get so high and so far, meaning you're more likely to be able to take one out. So speaking of passives, I feel like there's a certain group of people who play Sombra who just don't take advantage of her passive ability, which is Opportunist, which basically means that she can detect critically damaged enemies through walls. They glow bright red and a little bit of yellow, and it's a very easy way to get picks, because if you can spot that, that's great. Do that. Just get right up to them, get right in their face, because if you're at full health, you will in fact be strong enough to take them out. On the topic of EMPs, it's very important to, when you're on defense, it's very important to ult on the point. If you ult away from the point, then it's rather pointless, because, no pun intended, because of the fact that it's very unhelpful if they're hacked, but there's no reason to be hacked. Here's me using my passive. If you just hack an enemy for no reason and they're just standing there, then that's a waste of a hack. And hacks have a pretty long cooldown. So it's good to save those for when it really matters, especially if it's your EMP. Those are a great way to end a team fight fast. When you hack an enemy, make sure you always pay attention to where their ult is. If it's up, make sure that they become a priority target, especially if it's a Mercy, an Ana, a Zenyatta, or a Lucio, because that can end a team fight real quick. However, if it's DPS character like Reaper, make sure that they also become a priority target. Any DPS with a powerful ult, such as a zoning ult, or a area of effect ult. So zoning ult would be something like McCree, and a area of effect ult would be something like Hanzo or Reaper. Tank ults aren't as important to take care of right away. However, something like Diva's self-destruct can end your team fight real fast. So make sure you pay attention to those as well. Earth Shatters and Primal Rages aren't as crucial, however they should also be taken into account, just like every other ult. When you respawn, make sure you always tell your teammates what your ult is at, no matter what character you're playing. That way, they know that when you get back to the fight, you'll either have your ult or not. Or if you're close or far, or depending on how integral your ult is to the team. For instance, considering my EMP has put an end to many team fights this game, then my teammates would probably want to know, hey, what's Sombra's ult at? I wasn't in the team chat this game, so I wouldn't know what they were saying. The reason I don't usually join team chat when I'm playing Sombra is because I don't want to hear an endless barrage of get off Sombra. However, I do try and pay attention and listen to what my team is saying in the team messages. So, funny thing here, I was actually spamming Q while I was knocked down by the Earth Shatter because I really wanted to get my ult off. Because you can see it was a good setup for everybody else to jump in and take my spot. However, Reaper was not a priority target here, despite his ult being clearly all the way up. See, that's what I mean by priority target. Make sure that you take care of that character first. Because if you don't, they're most likely going to be the cause of a team wipe. Soldier here, I was very concerned during this piece because I saw all the critically damaged enemies. I'm like, Soldier, why aren't you taking advantage of that? I knew the enemy soldier's ult was up, but it would still be very easy to just take all of them out. Then I realized the reason why is because he was trying to get his ult up. So I guess that goes to show that you shouldn't judge people even if what you see says otherwise. So we ended up holding that point. Awesome. That was really good. That was really good hold on our team's part. And the other team had very good pushes, but I was able to shut them down rather fast. That's the advantage of having your EMP up all the time. Make sure you ask your teammates to use your health packs as much as possible. Occasionally I'll ask my Mercy or my Ana or my Lucio or Zenyatta or whatever, don't heal me. And that's actually can be a good thing to do. It can be good to ask your teammates not to heal you, because it means that when you're low, you can get to your own health pack and give yourself more ult charge. Now, while this may seem like a very foolish thing to do, it's actually quite clever, because if a Sombra has low ult charge because her teammates are not using the health packs that she has hacked, not only are they a very incompetent team, they're also not helping you, which means they're not helping the team as a whole. Because Sombra is a carry hero, she has a lot of good abilities that require her team to do basic tasks. Based on how she works, all her teammates need to do to make it work is make sure that she's safe in the backlines and use her health packs. It's also nice to ask your Sombra which health packs to hack, because sometimes even she needs a little bit of guidance, especially if they're not a professional. So as you can see, I actually have bronze healing, which means that my teammates were using my health packs. If I have any metal in healing, that means it's a good thing, even though we only had 2 healers. Considering how much healing I have done, which is 751, I can safely say that that is a good amount to be bronze. If it was any higher, I would be extremely concerned. If it was any lower, I would also be rather concerned. And that diva kept spraying over my spray. What a bastard. And now, the stupidest Mercy and Pharah combo you will ever see. Jumping off the edge. Good job, guys. This is me. You might think that I'm waiting for something, but I wasn't. I was just sitting there trying to figure out how they both died. Because at least the Pharah should have been able to get across, right? Unless she's that stupid. So your translocator isn't just a tool to escape something. It can also be used to get from place to place. If you need a quick escape, then that's a really good tool to use. However, it's also good to place it down near a health pack that you have hacked. But make sure it's a secure health pack, otherwise you might be camped. Because, as I said before, that's a very good thing to do. Camp Sombra's translocator. Does it suck to be camped? Of course it does, because it means that you're probably going to die the second you go back to your translocator. However, if you're the one camping, you're a very smart person, because that means that they're let one down. Their team is one down. Jeez, I can't talk today. Long day. So the way I started to do this, the attack match, is I try to get behind the team, hack some health packs, break the choke a little bit, and I did manage to break up the choke, which is good. And I did hack the mini in front of the point. Now here I was thinking, oh, I can jump in there, I can EMP, and then bam, we got the point, because that's what happened the last 2 times. And that wasn't exactly right, but it also wasn't exactly wrong. So as you can see, I used my EMP, and I managed to get the turret down. So awesome. Score. Mercy reses, and then Mei uses her ult. So I try to get away using my translocator and my cloak, but that didn't quite work out. So now our Reinhardt is left there all alone, and our Mercy is there as well. Pharah ults and gets rid of the Torbjorn in his turret, and we've won that team fight, and we've taken the point. So I thank my team for using my EMP to their full advantage, as I usually try to do. I don't think I did that on defense, but I usually do try it. I thank my team if they take advantage of my EMP while I'm dead. I was pretty sad here because nobody realized that I was behind them, but alright. So the way I like to go about point 2 on Volskaya is to go behind the way I do with Tracer. I planned on going behind like that this game. The way I go behind with Tracer is I blink across to that little platform that leads up to the top platform. However, this game I decided that I wanted to do something a little bit different, and it did not go to my advantage. So I hacked the communal health packs. That's good. And then I tried to get ult charge by standing here and shooting in. However, I regret doing that because it did not benefit my team as much as I would have liked. An easier way to get ult charge and a much better way to get ult charge would have been to simply get in with the team and do my job. However, I wasn't able to do this because of the turret and because my teammates weren't exactly helping me. Like I said, what do you need to do to help your Sombra? All you need to do is make sure she's safe in the backlines and use her health packs. And then she should be alright. However, oftentimes my team wouldn't make sure I was safe in the backlines. And although I'm perfectly capable of doing so myself, the team they had wasn't exactly great to go against. I really should have switched. However, I felt like I was doing enough that the team wasn't suffering because of me. Once again, I go to this little corridor and try and get ult charge off. But again, of course, that does not work. So our Mercy there was trying to push in without me, and I felt like that was a bit foolish because Orisa could very easily pull her in as she did. That's another thing, that's a general tip. Don't get in the way of Orisa's gravity ball, or whatever it's called. I believe her ability is called Halt, because if you do, you're probably not in for a lot of fun. So as you can see there, Mercy left me, and that was rather foolish considering a Mei was right around the corner. So right now I'm sitting at quite a few bronzes with about 1,000 healing. So that's actually pretty good considering I'm playing Sombra. I shouldn't really have any golds unless it's objective time. Unless there's no healers on the team, in which case I would in fact have gold healing. So right here, I didn't realize my team was not behind me, which is a failure on my part. I ulted on the point, which is a good tactic on attack if your team has brought the fight to the point. Or if they have not, try and ult in the choke. Here, you might notice that whenever I'm trying to get back to the fight faster, I'll throw my stealth, throw my translocator, and then run off to the side using stealth. This just makes it so that my translocator isn't wasted. What I mean by this is, sorry, I was taking a drink. What I mean by this is, what happens? Jeez, I'm stuttering so much. I'm sorry. I didn't script this video. So when I throw my translocator and run off to the side, so as you can see, oh, I didn't do it here. Okay, that's great. It basically makes it so that my translocator gets farther than I did. Because if I use my stealth and run up, I will probably end up where my translocator is, meaning that there was no reason to use it in the first place. Which makes it so that the cooldown is rather pointless because I never even used it for anything good. Now, this Mercy wasn't the best Mercy. I was looking over at her, trying to get her to come over. I really should have asked her to group up with me, however I worried that would take her away from those who are actually doing things. Which it would have. However, I wanted her to be able to take cover, because as a Mercy main, I know how difficult it is to have people help you hide. They always expect Mercies to be able to hide, but that's a story for another day. We're here to talk about Sombra. So here was rather unfortunate. I tried to get in so I could get into their backlines again, hack the turret maybe. However, the Junkrat trap stopped me in my tracks. That's something to look out for when you're playing Sombra's Junkrat. Because Junkrat hacks are probably one of the least valuable hacks that you can get. Because of the fact that all he has are concussion mines and traps, there isn't a lot of benefit for hacking a Junkrat. With 30 seconds left in the match here, there's not a lot we can do, and a lot of people are resorting to last-ditch efforts. Like using their ults and trying their best to stall out. I tried using my ults as well, and I did manage to get all of them in it. However, it just wasn't enough. Mercy didn't have her res, and there wasn't enough time for anybody to get to the point. And that ended up being game. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but it was a very good game, both on my part and on my team's part. I felt like everybody did their best, and that's all you can really do in competitive. However, I do feel like some of them could use a little bit of work brushing up. And here is the highlight the game picked out for me.